Whether you're brand new to Medicare or you've been on Medicare for a while and you're just trying to see the changes going into 2024, I think it's important to know how Medicare works, and then you can know what the different costs are that come with it. So let's take a look at how Medicare works and go over the changes for 2024. But don't forget, hit the subscribe button so you see all my videos. I'm sure you're familiar with this card. It's your Medicare health insurance card. As you can see, Part A is going to be your hospital coverage and Part B is going to be your medical coverage. Part A typically won't cost anything per month to have because you or your spouse worked 40 quarters or 10 years. Part B, on the other hand, is going to cost most seniors $174.70 a month going into 2024. That's the amount that Medicare deducts out of your Social Security check before you get it. Now those two together, Part A and Part B, are what they call traditional Medicare or original Medicare. They're both the same, which going into 2024 is going to cover you for 80% of all medical and hospital bills that you have. Now I know what you're thinking. Being responsible for 20% is a huge gap in coverage. But that's where going into 2024, there's two really good options to help pay for that 20%. Going into 2024, there are two great options, so make sure and watch the whole video because I'm going to go over both, and this is where most people get confused over their Medicare options. The first option is Medicare Supplement. And just like it sounds, it's going to go alongside your Part A and Part B and supplement that other 20% for you. Most Medicare supplement plans cost between $120 to $200 more per month on top of that $174 that you pay to Medicare. Now this is where it can get a little bit confusing because all these different supplement plans are categorized by letters. So if you look at this chart here, you can see there's multiple different kinds of Medicare supplement plans. But it's pretty easy to see that there's really only two options that are worth looking at going into 2024. The two most popular Medicare supplements in 2024 are going to be Medicare Supplement Plan G and Plan N. So say that you took out a Medicare Supplement Plan G, it's going to cover that 20% that original Medicare doesn't pay entirely. The only thing that you are responsible for is the Part B deductible, which going into 2024 they are raising to $240 for the whole year. Other than that, you have 100% coverage for the whole year. This is what makes Medicare Supplement Plan G so popular going into 2024. The second most popular one, Plan N, is gonna be a little bit cheaper than Plan G, but there's a big risk that's involved. Plan N is going to act very similar to Plan G, and it's going to cover you for the most part the same, except it does not cover the Part B excess charge, which is 15%. To make a long story short, basically the Part B excess charge is the amount of money that providers and hospitals are allowed to charge over top of what Medicare says that they're allowed to charge. So for example, say that you got diagnosed with cancer and had $1 million worth of cancer bills. Well, if that hospital decided to charge you the 15% excess charge on a Plan N, you're going to be responsible for 15% of all those bills. This is why Plan N is typically cheaper than Plan G, because the Plan G would pay for those bills entirely. Now let's take a look at your second option going into 2024 that you have to cover that other 20% that original Medicare doesn't pay for. Your second option is going to be Medicare Advantage, which is pretty much the exact opposite of Medicare Supplement. Typically with Medicare Advantage, you're not going to have any premiums per month. So it's not going to cost anything extra for you to have other than that $174 that you pay to Medicare. But unlike the Medicare Supplement, you're going to have copays when you get things done. So say that you had a specialist visit. Well, you may have a $35 copay. Or you stay one night in the hospital, you may have a $300 copay. But you get the point. You pay as you go instead of paying up front like the supplement. These Medicare Advantage plans also typically have certain doctor and hospital networks that you have to stay within, or you're not going to be covered. That being said, they have over the years gotten a lot better at broadening those networks, so you're not having to pick from a handful of doctors and hospitals. They are bigger networks. With Medicare Advantage, you're also going to have certain extra benefits built in for free. So dental coverage, hearing coverage, vision coverage, it's all going to come built into your plan at no extra cost. Going into 2024, I really don't think you can make the wrong decision. It really comes down to what type of person that you are. Are you the type of person that likes to pay up front and know that you have 100% coverage and not worry about any bills? Well, Medicare Supplement may be a good option for you. Or maybe you're the person that doesn't like to pay up front. You just want to pay as you go when you use your plan. Medicare Advantage might be a better option for you. Whatever you decide, they're both really good options. If you want to know more about Medicare supplements, click on this video. I go over Plan G and Plan N more in depth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.